Solutions for quiz 7 for Math 60. In the first problem, we're given this weird shape and has to find its area, which is kind of tricky because you don't have a formula for the area of something that looks like this. But what you can do is, if you get kind of clever, what you can think about this as is really, I have three rectangles. Right? Maybe this is A, B, and C. So we can find the area of each of those rectangles. The area of rectangle A. Well, let's see, I got rectangle A here. And if I knew its length and its width, I'd have everything I need. I don't have this side given to me, but if you notice, this side is the exact same as this, which it tells me is 4. So what that means is this side is 4. And similarly, I don't have this side down here, but I know that it's 6 all the way across, and I use up 2 of those 6 right here. So that means that leaves me with 4 going across here. So to figure out the area of this rectangle, which is actually a square, I would do 4 times 4 and get 16. And using that same logic, I can figure out the area of rectangle B, what I'm calling B, and C. So B over here, see, that one kind of looks like a dotted line on this side, and then solid, solid, solid. And I know this side is 4, and it gives me that this side right here is 2. So what that means is the area of rectangle B is 4 times 2, which is 8. And so lastly, the area of rectangle C is this guy down here. And it tells me that this is 3. And it doesn't tell me this, but this is the same as what this was for A. And that was 4 over here. So what that means is I have a rectangle that's 4 by 3. And so therefore its area is 4 times 3, which is 12. And so what I can do is I can say, so this shape has area this plus this plus this, 6 plus 8 plus 12. Which if you add those up, I think you get 26. And that's the final answer to the question. All right, next one, we're plotting points. One of those things that's not especially difficult, but when you're doing so many, it's really easy to make a tiny little mistake and lose credit on these. So we're given 5 different points, and what you need to do is plot them. Kind of, if you know how to plot them, it's not too bad, and if you don't, you kind of have no chance, which makes these hard. So the first number listed whenever you're given a pair like this is always the x-coordinate. So in this first one, my x-coordinate is 4 and my y-coordinate is 2. So what I do is I find 4 on my x-axis, which is right here, and then I find 2 on my y-axis, which is right here, and then I kind of look for the intersection of those. I look for the point, it's going to be right here, that has an x-coordinate of 4 and a y-coordinate of 2. So A, which is 4, 2, is this guy right here. And you can do that same idea for the rest of the points. 3, 3 means my x is 3 and my y is negative 3. So B would be right here. C is 0, negative 2. This one's a little tricky. 0 is my x, so it's right in the middle. But the y is negative 2, which means I'm right down here. D is negative 3, negative 1. So again, the x is negative 3, which is right here. And the y is negative 1, which is right here. So it's this point that has an x of negative 3 and a y of negative 1. So this guy is D. And then finally, negative 4, 0. The x is negative 4. So I'm talking about right here. And the y is 0, so I don't go up at all. Just this point, and I'm giving that E as the name. So there's all the points. If you throw them in those right spots, perfect. And I guess that's the end of this quiz.